Hey, what is up guys, AshBFC here and welcome to my top 50 games of all time. Yeah, I've been planning on doing something like this for a long time and well, I've only just got around to doing it now. I'll be going by the rule which has been used by other people in the past, which is one game per series, otherwise the list will be absolutely dominated by, a particular series. So, yeah. So without further ado, let's get this thing started. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so at number 50 we have got 2009's Batman Arkham Asylum. And hell, what a game this is. And the truth is, I'm not really a superhero sort of guy. I'm just not interested in all the superhero stuff, be it Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, whatever. They've never really interested me, whether it be the games, the cartoons, the movies, the comics, whatever. They've just never really interested me at all, never even when I was a kid. And I was never really gonna buy this game. I just saw it as alright, it's Batman, I'm not really interested. And then I was bored one day, I thought, you know what, I'll download the demo, as I just happened to spot it on the marketplace. And I thought, yeah, this probably won't be any good. And then I played it, and how wrong was I? This game was awesome. The combat mechanic alone was just brilliant. The free flow style was just awesome and so satisfying. And one of the best things about this game is its dark and gritty style. I mean, this game can be quite brutal and violent at times. It is by no means a kid's game, and it's just absolutely brilliant, from its production values to its voice acting, its story, like I just stated, its combat. It had a nice lengthy campaign, and then there's plenty to do after the campaign as well. I mean, not to mention the collectibles, but all the combat challenges and all that sort of thing. So yeah, just an absolutely brilliant game. I instantly fell in love with this game, and it has never felt so badass to be playing as Batman. At number 49 we've got Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl, released for the PC back in 2007, and what a great open world first person shooter this game is. Now it's a little bit different to your standard first person shooter, as you don't really run around blowing things up, shooting everything you see. No, it doesn't really work like that. If you play it like that, you're going to die again and again and again. Yeah, there is some survival elements to this game, I would say. You've got to really scrounge, hunt and scavenge for all your weapons and ammo and supplies, because they come in very low quantities, so you've got to be really careful, choose your targets. And there's this real sense of being alone and danger in this game, and it's so grim, and you feel like everything's out to get you, which it is. I mean, all the different various enemy types, but the environment itself can harm you. So yeah, there literally is danger on every corner in this game, and yeah, and it's got a really great, interesting story to boot, and you can do it at your own pace if you want. There's plenty of side quests to do, and yeah, it's just a really fun, different first-person shooter experience, which something I demand more of nowadays, because all you really see now in the first-person shooter genre is just carbon copies of Call of Duty, really, and no one's really trying anything different, and that's what I respect a lot about this game, is it's different. So yeah, that's Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl for the PC, a fantastic first-person shooter. At number 48 we've got Company of Heroes, a World War II themed RTS game for the PC, and it is freaking awesome. Now, I've played a few World War II RTS games in the past. There is a few out there, but none of them have really been that great. But this one's on a whole different level. This is just an amazing experience, particularly if you're a World War II fan. It's just brilliant. It's not your standard RTS game, which, that being base building. It's more of a tactical experience, I'd say. It's mainly about, capturing as many points as you can on the map before the enemy do, and the more points you capture, the more resources you're going to have at your disposal. And yeah, it's just absolutely awesome. Really great maps, some really great battles which actually happened in World War II. It's just a really, really awesome RTS experience, and yeah, it's just brilliant. I highly, highly recommend it. Fantastic game. At number 47, it is Dragon Quest IV Chapters of the Chosen for Nintendo DS. Now, admittedly, this was my first ever experience in the Dragon Quest series, and since playing this game, I've fallen in love with the Dragon Quest series. It's become one of my favourite JRPG series of all time, and yes, thanks to this game, and I just absolutely loved it. I loved it a lot more than I did the 5th and 6th remake, and I did enjoy those, but I just enjoyed this one a lot better. It's just an absolutely awesome JRPG experience, and I love how you control different protagonists in each chapter. I thought that was pretty unique, as in most JRPGs you tend to, you know, just follow the same protagonist. So yeah, that was pretty cool, and yeah, it's a really fun, lengthy quest, and yeah, I can't really say anything negative about this game. I just really loved it. It was absolutely brilliant. Number 46, and it's Gears of War 3. Now, what an amazing trilogy this was. Yeah, but to me personally, number 3 stands above its predecessors. I just like this one the best. It felt the most well polished. It had the best campaign. I mean, I really didn't care for multiplayer in the Gears of War series. I did play quite a lot of the first one, but to me, I thought, you know, the campaigns were epic enough for me. So yeah, I didn't really care for the multiplayer. I mean, the multiplayer was fun, but yeah, it was the awesome campaigns, the great story and everything, and the third part definitely had the best story and the best overall campaign. I mean, it was a little bit different to the previous two, and it was a lot darker and a lot more depressing, and there's some pretty touching moments in this game, particularly the video you're seeing now, which is Dom's death scene. Yeah, it really was quite a sad game, but just an amazing way to end the trilogy, I thought. And yeah, I mean, I really don't need to say much. It's Gears of War, we all know Gears of War, and yeah, but like I said, the third's my personal favourite, and just an amazing third-person shooter, and a great Xbox 360 exclusive.
He's gone! He's gone! There's nothing you can do! Stop
Get
it!
off me! God damn it! Let me get him out of there!
Coming in at number 45, it is none other than Doom. Oh yes, God, are we going back a few years now? 1993. God, it feels like it was yesterday since I was playing this game. I forget how old I would have been. I might have been very young. I'm starting to feel old now, but yeah, I mean, come on, it's Doom. I really don't need to say a whole lot about this game. It's still, to this day, I think, one of my favourite first-person shooter games of all time. And it was actually my first ever first-person shooter game. And my first ever exposure to video game violence. And oh my god, did I love it. And I'm still bloodthirsty to this day. I mean, I cannot get enough of video game violence. But yeah, this was just... It's just so badass, this game, and it still is. I mean, come on, it's Doom. It's Doom! Enough said. And at number 44, it's base building real-time strategy at its finest. It's Command & Conquer Red Alert. Oh, I love this game as a kid, and I still love it now. I still hold it as my favourite real-time strategy game of all time. It's just brilliant. It's a real shame what EA has now done to the Command & Conquer series. They have just literally torn it apart. It's actually awful now. I really do not like the modern Command & Conquer games. It's just a shame, you know. Command & Conquer is a shadow of its former self. It really is. But I'll never forget this game. This will always be an amazing game in my eyes. And yeah, this is Command & Conquer at its finest. And like I said, it's real-time strategy at its finest. It's just such an incredible game. Put so many hours into this over the years, and I was just hooked on this game as a kid. Absolutely brilliant. Alright, at number 43, it is Ristar for the Sega Mega Drive, or Genesis, depending where you come from. But yeah, this is just such an awesome 2D side-scrolling platform game. It's absolutely brilliant, and it was a complete accident I discovered this game. I was just in Blockbusters with my mum one time. She said I could like rent out a game, and I just picked it just based on the front cover. I just thought that store looks interesting, I'm gonna get it, and I grabbed it, and it turned out to be one hell of an awesome game, and I loved it. It took me forever to beat. I always got to the final boss and then died, and I did go all the way through it again, but I absolutely loved it. It was just so much fun. The arm mechanics are using Ristar to like grab on things, swing on things, grab your enemies. That was a ton of fun, and it had some absolutely epic music as well to go along with it, and great boss fights, and it was just, you know, classic 2D side scrolling. And yeah, and I didn't actually realise until much later on after I first played it, it was actually created by Sonic Team. So yeah, and a very underrated gem, and God, I'd love to see another Ristar, I'll tell you that right now. Fantastic game. And at number 42, it's the N64 classic, Super Smash Bros. Oh my god, the epic times I had playing multiplayer with my friends on this. Oh, so many fond memories. Now, I'll be honest, I've never been a huge fighting game fan. I mean, I've played quite a lot over the years. I do enjoy them, but I've never really been a huge fan of them. You know, I don't really buy that many of them anymore, because I just kind of find myself, I do get bored of quite a lot of them, and I'm pretty poor at most of them, but this one it was just something different at the time. I mean, it was crazy seeing all these Nintendo characters that I'd grown up playing as a kid just all suddenly appear in one game fighting each other. I mean, it blew my little mind as a kid. I mean, I couldn't believe it. It was every kid's wet dream, this game. But yeah, like I said, I mean, it had a great single player going through, beating all the enemies up, getting to the final boss. But yeah, it was so much fun playing with friends. Got some serious memories playing this game, and it was just awesome. All the music, all the amazing selection of characters. It was really simple to play as well. It was really easy controls and everything. It was just such a ton of fun to play. And yeah, I'll never forget this game. This will always be one of my favourite fighting games of all time. And I just don't quite feel the same way I do about the other entries in the series. This will always be my favourite Smash Bros, I think. And like I said, so many memories with this game, and just an incredible fighting game. And for number 41, we have Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30. Now, prior to this game, there'd already been quite a lot of World War II, you know, shooters games out there. They're all very similar, but this one, this brought something kind of new to the table. It went for a more realistic and authentic experience, and it showed a different side. It showed really the true, you know, grim reality of war, and yeah, and it was awesome for that. And it wasn't just run and gun. It was far from that. It was the complete opposite. It was basically a squad-based tactical shooter where, you know, you had to use your squad, you had to flank and maneuver and, you know, stay in cover at all times, and it made for such a, you know, pretty tense and awesome experience. It was absolutely brilliant, and it told a really, really good story as well. The narrations by Baker before each mission and stuff, and they were really brilliant. It was a pretty, you know, emotional story, to be honest. It was quite touching at times, and yeah, it offered something really different from you know, quite a tiring World War II genre, and so yeah, I respected it a lot for that, and I did enjoy its sequels as well. But I'm kind of sad the way Gearbox taking the series now, where kind of giving the Brothers in Arms fans a kick in the balls with the new style they're going for. But you know, I'll always remember the greatness they achieved with Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30. Just a fantastic game, and yeah, it's just brilliant.